how do you know when to pivot?
That's a good question. There's a bit of irritation that comes upon. Is it irritation? Is it agitation? There's a sense of feeling like stagnancy. Feels like you was getting traction and then it just came to a halt. Like those 4 things for me personally is my indicator for me. It's like I gotta learn something within the steps and the process of what I'm doing, what I'm going through. So when I realized I was irritated, I was agitated for no reason. I ain't got a reason. I ain't got a care in the world. Why do I feel like this? Because now I'm searching. It says, seek ye while I may be found. So I'm seeking him on God. Why is this happening? Boom, boom, boom. Okay, cool. Da 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 da. He's showing me and breaking all these things down. I was like, oh, that's why. It's time for a new beginning. Yeah. It's time for me to move forward and more to what God has for me and what I'm called to, and what's part of my journey and my purpose. So my obedience will unlock that. So the longer I stay here, the more I prolong, the more I'm going to miss where I'm supposed to be in a divine time and hour. So when I realized that, bro, I was like, okay, cool. It's like people find it funny I don't smoke or drink. And I tell them all the time, I ain't trying to find out my limit either. You know what I'm saying? It's the same way with God. You know, like I ain't even trying to test you and testing me. Like, you stand on business, I'ma stand on it with you. You won't get a rebuttal from me. But that's how I know personally when it's time for me to pivot.
The B2S podcast is brought to you by Motivated Apparel. Motivated Apparel, the premier gear for motivation. A brand that motivates, inspires, and empowers you to stay motivated while chasing your dreams. Head on over to www.shiftmotivations.com/shop Motivated Apparel and grab yourself some Motivated Apparel today.
Hey, what up, world? What it do? Hey, welcome to another episode of the Blueprint to Success podcast. Once again, Blueprint Nation, stand up. Hey, we thank you guys for tuning in with us once again on tonight. So we excited. Got another live one for you. You know how we like to do. Go ahead and get the preliminaries out the way. It's your boy Mike Mariner, a.k.a. Shift Motivator.
Yeah.
And on my left and your right.
Yeah.
I know who this is.
Yeah, man.
Mr. Throne Room.
Oh, man.
Mr. Dumbo.
Mr. Trucking Through the Week.
Yes, sir.
Slide and glide.
Slide and glide. Swerving and perving.
While they
Y'all
hitting
give it up for
lanes.
my brother, man. My brother from another mother. Y'all give it up for Alxndr Hall.
Yo, what's going on?
What's happening, Mr. Throne Room?
Print Nation. Yo, we in here, man. You already know how I do, man. I'm just trucking through the week, man. Just trying to get there, you feel me? That's all, man. It's just working, man. Little work, man. You know, a little something, man.
Yes, sir. Y'all know what it do. Yeah, Mr. Throne Room.
Yeah, Throne Room is out right now.
Facts.
Produced by Dominance and Typical. Shouts out to Kingdom Revival Records. You know what? Last Sunday, shouts out to the Crossings Church, man. We was there. North Cape was in the building, man. Diamond Stitch. We was in the.
Yeah, what's up?
Yeah, we was in the.
That was that video that was on your.
Yeah.
Oh, man, I thought that was from a previous engagement.
No, that was Sunday night.
Oh.
That's dope.
Tell the brother.
Let's slide a show.
Just left us out there,
Hey,
dude.
that's what he meant by, man. Had a lot of things going. Had to go. Woo.
We say nothing. We could have pulled up.
Code for it's done. I'm on the next thing.
Right. That's how he do.
My bad, man. I gotta get, man. My bro RC, look. Bro RC hit me on the gram. He was like, bro, what the show? I said, man, I'm gonna tell you about the next one. I'm real bad at that, bro. Like,
You too late.
he said, man, congrats on the show, man. Bro. I said, man, I'm gonna tell you about the next one, bro. Like, everybody, you know what I'm saying, Pastor Julian, they be asking me about the show. My sister and them, they stay. Well, you know, the show at the Crossing Church is in Brandon.
Yep. So
you know, my mama stay around the corner from the church.
Yeah, you got a
So,
whole,
I know you got a whole earful.
got a whole squad, man. They ain't know nothing.
She don't know yet until she watched the episode. So
He like, you.
I apologize for his behavior on his behalf.
Stop by.
Blueprint Nation, we ain't on the way. No, we not. No, we not. 'Cause we didn't know. We didn't know.
That's my bad. My bad on that. Hey, you know what? The show went good. Show went good. Though it was a movie. Bro. Hey, it was a movie.
No, you're not. No, you're not.
He's stupid.
Oh man, I love that.
He's
I love that,
stupid.
bro.
Oh, man.
Oh man.
It was a movie, bro.
All right, yeah. We got
Tearful.
It was a movie. It was for the so the Crossing, they having their conference called the Invade Conference.
It looked
It's
like
the-
it was live, man.
Yeah,
Like,
it was
real.
about,
live and turned out.
yeah, it was no that was just the pre-party.
Oh,
Yeah, that was the
Crossing
pre-party.
huge over there.
dang.
So the Invade Conference, Mouse Minute gonna perform there this year. He coming down. Yeah, it's at the end of July. So
Ooh.
it's
I
like a
might try to
3-day
make that one.
thing, almost like the 12 conference.
Yeah. Okay, yeah.
Deep
How about
dive,
that one?
a little deep dive. They got different topics that they want to, go deeper on
Yeah.
with the youth and stuff. So, and they're having it at their campus. Now, this is like the only conference, I think, for the youth that like that in the Tampa Bay area.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
Lot of
definitely.
stuff. Like, yeah,
Everything
it's
else
just
is
not-
out.
Yeah.
So they're the only ones. They're trying to get a lot of
Yeah.
that Brandon area,
Yeah.
Rico, East Tampa, Temple Terrace.
Yeah.
Yep.
Brandon is like East Tampa right now. East Tampa is like Compton right now.
Pretty
You know,
much.
pretty much. So
Yeah.
they trying to put some Jesus in there. So that was just a pre-party to like let the people know what's going on. So
okay.
Yeah,
That's
it was-
smart.
it was
That's actually
all-
smart.
yeah.
That's smart advertising.
all Northgate,
Thanks.
we was in there.
That's what's up, man.
They were on the way.
For sure. There was about 200 kids in there, plus staff and parents.
Yeah, it was a pretty good turnout, yo.
It was pretty straight.
That's what's up. Hey. Yes, sir, man. That's awesome.
That's
man.
my
Y'all know
dog.
who this cat is, man. My brother
That's
from the
my
same
dog.
mother.
Big bag, man.
Mr. Big Bag. Big
Already.
Dub.
You know what I'm
Just
saying?
always got it.
Got it.
And if I ain't got it, I'm going to go get it.
All day.
But most of the time, I always got it.
Man,
So
look
let
here.
the brother hose up.
I got you, dog. You my bro. You got. That's cold. That's mandatory.
Hey, Blueprint, man. Y'all give it up for our very own, my brother from the same mother, Boy Wonda.
What's going on, Blueprint Nation, man? I'm excited, bro. I'm excited. I'm excited for all of us, man. I think,
We're on.
bro, the way.
Mrs.
Like,
Bag is on.
Coming to a city near you.
yes. Yes. Hey, baby, how you doing? Yeah. Speak those things as though they already were. Who the who?
Oh, you stupid. He's stupid.
No, but I'm excited, man. I think, bro, it's crazy. Like when you think about obedience and the will of God for your life, and you in it with it, and you're excited and ecstatic that you didn't deter from the plan. You know what I'm saying? Like through obedience, through sacrifice, through whatever. You know, even just not going by what it looked like. So I feel like right now in my life, bro, it's just such an excitement and peace that's just, bro, it's just there.
Yeah.
It's just like, I'm with whatever. It could be pitch black. I'm feeling my way around. We finna find a switch. You know what I'm saying? Like, but it's just like, man, I really feel like God has ordered my footsteps in this season, bro. Like, and just to be able to just focus on what we got going on, and then what I got with my brothers, man, is, bro, I can't. I feel like I'm rich, man.
I'm feeling something hitting my shine.
Ooh, what it is, brother?
I'm just gonna ask the question, man.
Mm-hmm.
Why are you looking at me like that?
Could we poking the bell? Do 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 do.
I'm trying to be on chill mode.
Yeah, we talked for quite a bit before we hit the record button, and y'all just, those that are watching live, just kind of excuse the going in and going out. We be having some technical difficulties sometime, and we're still trying to figure out what's going on. Why it's doing that. Haven't been able to figure it out. So, but we just gonna run the tape. Hey, y'all getting it live. Decided, hey, everything ain't gonna always go the way you want it sometime. But guess what? The show must go on.
I'm telling you.
So, for those that are listening on the podcast, via Apple Pod and anything like that, of course, it doesn't pertain to you guys. But those that are watching us live, for whatever reason, our camera goes in and out, and we're still trying to figure out why it's doing that. So, just got to get through it. So, but Blueprint Nation, here's a question I'm going to ask the fellas, and we're going to get into this conversation. How do you know? This is just hit my shot right now. Totally different than what we talked about. But I'm going to put it out there. And if we circle back behind to what we talked about, it is what it is.
Yeah.
How do you know when to pivot?
That's a good question.
Yeah, it's just like ringing right there in the center of my shot now.
You want to go?
No, go ahead, bro.
For me, there's a bit of irritation that comes upon. Is it irritation? Is it agitation? There's a sense of feeling like stagnancy. Feels like you was getting traction, and then it just came to a halt. Like, those 4 things for me personally is my indicator for me. And how I know about that, when I was back at home and I was agitated for no reason. I'm like, man, I'm good. I ain't want for nothing. I got a whip. You know what I'm saying? I'm at my parents' house. I'm good. Like, I'm comfortable. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, but then the Lord is like, hey, you got 3 months. I need you to move out. There's only so much you can do here, and you're at a ceiling right now. You capped. You are at a cap, brother. And the Lord was very stern about it, to the point where he was like, and don't test me and see not do what I tell you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It was loving, but it was stern.
Yeah.
I'm the type, I ain't gotta test the waters just to see if you really about what you say you is. Yes, Lord. So, bruh, and long story short, I went out and I thought about the place, because this was at the time when I was talking with an old girl from Cali. And because we was looking for a place, because she was going to come down, but, that didn't happen. And then the Lord brought that to my remembrance. I was like, okay, cool. And he already showed me a vision of what my floor looked like before I even knew where I was going to be. So, long story short, went through the whole process, went through different apartment complexes, filled out the application. But I called this one specific one back where I'm at now. I was like, hey, my name is such and such. I filled out the application, but I ain't heard nothing back. She's going like, oh, okay. Oh, you've been denied. And it's not because of your credit or anything. It's just, what else do you do? Like, you're literally a few dollars short from your breakthrough, basically. So I was like, okay, cool. Well, I Uber too, and I make X amount this doing Uber. She was like, I was like, I ain't got to submit another $50 application, though. She's like, no, just keep talking. I'm talking about she crept walking on the tide ride, you know what I'm saying, on the keyboard. But she was like, do. Okay, boom, you approved. I said, huh? I said, what? Yeah, you approved. I was like, stop playing with me, man. No, you approved. And this was back in February. I was looking. I had till June. I moved in June 1st. Literally. That's when y'all helped me out, moved into the space, everything. So the confirmation of that and seeing how quick God moved, also lets me know that he's willing to move quickly on my behalf as long as I'm willing to put in the same pace and effort and work at the forward. And sometimes I feel like if he doesn't, it's only because he's trying to teach me something that I'm not seeing. It's like I got to learn something within the steps and the process of what I'm doing, what I'm going through. So when I realized I was irritated, I was agitated for no reason, I ain't got a reason, and I ain't got a care in the world. Why do I feel like this? Because now I'm searching. It says, seek ye while I may be found. So I'm seeking him on, God, why is this happening? Boom, boom, boom. Okay, cool. Da, 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 da. He's showing me and breaking all these things down. I was like, oh, that's why. It's time for a new beginning.
Yeah.
It's time for me to move forward and more to what God has for me and what I'm called to and what's part of my journey and my purpose. So my obedience will unlock that. So the longer I stay here, the more I prolong, the more I'm going to miss where I'm supposed to be in a divine time and hour. So when I realized that, bro, I was like, okay, cool. It's like people find it funny. I don't smoke or drink. And I tell them all the time, I ain't trying to find out my limit either. You know what I'm saying? It's the same way with God. You know, like I ain't even trying to test you and testing me. Like, you stand on business, I'm going to stand on it with you. You won't get a rebuttal from me. But that's how I know personally when it's time for me to pivot. And then there's this urgency there, bro.
Yeah.
That's how I know.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah, that's real good, man. That's real good because actually, I don't know if y'all know this, but pearls are formed from irritation. Yeah. I talked about that. Like pearls are formed from irritation. Diamonds, of course, are formed from pressure. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, and I talked about like which one are you? Because a lot of times, you know, you're being formed, and we trying to run away from it.
Dang.
You understand what I'm saying? So if you know, we equate the pearl towards wisdom. You know what I'm saying? And then we always talk about pressure makes diamonds. So, but if in order for them to come to fruition, you have to endure the process, and what both of them entails are two different things. But pearls actually form from irritation. So basically, what happens is, let's just say the clam or whatnot. Yeah. So, you know, a grain, let's say a grain of dirt or something, whatever enters into its space, as a protective mechanism, it creates this substance called sepulchre, if I'm saying that right. So it creates this substance and it wraps it. Let's say if it's a grain of dirt, grain of salt, whatever it may be, that substance wraps itself around it as a protective coating.
Dang.
And then it creates a pearl out of that. But what happens is if that clam, pearl, or whatever, if it opens or whatever, then you disrupt the process, and therefore that pearl won't actually come to fruition because you stop the process. So and it's crazy because, man, it's coming to me not like so actually that pearl is actually formed in the dark.
Dang.
Never thought about that till now.
You can't even see.
Because you can't see it. You can't open because if you crack open that clam, it stops the process, and therefore that pearl can't be formed.
So basically, you have to trust God even within that process because you can't figure it out or see what's forming.
You can't. Because what happens is you're trying. It's not for you to figure out what's going on. It's for you to embrace what's going on. You know what I'm saying? And it's funny because
that's good.
Where is it? Let me see if I can find it.
I like that.
Yeah.
I like that.
Because what I'm trying to find when I was looking, I was just reading something while y'all was talking. Irritation. Well, let me say this because one of the things it says detailed breakdowns to consider when considering to pivot. One is a lack of progress and stagnation, slow or no growth. If your business or product isn't making meaningful progress despite your efforts, it's a strong indicator that you may need to reassess your approach. Yeah. And pivoting is all about reassessing your approach and what direction you need to change or shift in. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So at the end of the day, whether you're on the irritative side or you're on the pressure side, either way is there to make you. So when you're in that dark moment, your job isn't to figure out what's going on. Your job is to get to the other side of that pressure
and embrace it.
Your job is to get to the other side of that irritation, whichever process you're going through. One of the two is always going on. Sometimes two, both of them may be going on simultaneously. But that's just how we feel. We like the whole world is on our shoulders.
God knows.
You know what I'm saying? So, but at the end of the day, it's like, oh man, it's like, what is it doing for you individually as a person? And just like we was talking about growth mindset versus fixed mindset on last week's episode, if you ain't watched it, you got to go check it out. Some really good content.
Really good.
At the end of the day, a growth mindset person will be like, man, this is happening for me, versus a fixed mindset person, man, this is happening to me. Two different mindsets.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because this is happening. If it's happening for you, that means there's some type of benefit that is going to come behind the hurt or the pain or the frustration or the irritation or the stagnation. Something's going to you're going to benefit something out of it. But if you're worrying about, dang man, why something always happening to me? Ain't nothing going to happen out because your mind is in the wrong place.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day. So it's going to be hard for you to pivot because you're going to, and for me, for somebody that's like really analytical, I had to really transform my mindset into not trying to figure out why is this happening to me. I had to shift my perspective and my thinking. And so now at the end of the day, it's like, okay, I'm finna embrace this. God, what is it you're trying to make me out of this? What are you trying to show me? What are you trying to show me or want me to learn out of this situation? You know what I'm saying? And I know it sounds cliche, but it's like, man, I done been in some conversation in the last couple of weeks. It's like, good Lord, man, where are we going as a people?
Yeah.
Like it's like, boy, we folded and we just fold like wind blow. We folding like lawn chairs. It's like there's no type of growth, no stimulation, no longevity on nothing. And I was I had to preach Sunday, and I preached, and what God gave me was a different revelation of the 5 virgins and the 5 foolish. You know what I'm saying? And when you look at, they had oil for the lamps, right? But as they was waiting for the bridegroom to come, they wasn't expecting it to take that long. So the 5 that were wise, they had enough oil for the whole entire duration.
Yeah.
But the 5 that were foolish, they ran out of oil. So it was like what God was revealing this through that situation from a different mindset, different perspective, was, do you have enough oil for the long haul, or do you only have enough oil for the moment? Are you gifted for the long haul, or are you only gifted for the? Are you anointed only for that moment, or do you have enough in the tank that can last a lifetime? I was like, man, I never thought about it like that. Because a lot of times we only prepare for the moment and not what comes after that. You know what I'm saying? You got to prepare for the moment and then everything that entails in that moment that comes after that. So them guys, they missed out on the opportunity because of listen, y'all listen to me good. They missed out on the opportunity because they lacked longevity.
Yeah.
If you look at it. They missed the opportunity because they lacked longevity. They ran out of oil. So they missed out on the experience. Back to you, Alex.
I want you to say what you need to say, because it's like, it goes back to the point of where how does one keep that oil going? Keep that oil going when it starts to run low, and not wait till it runs out. But
which one? The pivot?
As far as when he was talking about you didn't have enough oil to last what you're trying to endure. And it's like, how do ones know how to do that? Like, what is the application of that? So that's just when we spin the block. You know what I'm saying?
So you want to add to the first question?
Yeah.
The first one?
Yeah.
So, all right. So coming from the house, right? So I think first and foremost, like when you're talking about not you, like, but as a people,
general.
Everybody, when it hit home, when it hit you first, then you can really speak on it. So with me, this is what I'm learning now about myself, because we were talking about earlier before we got on here, Nation, we were speaking on Mike. You had said something on the lines of Pastor Jarvis was speaking to your life, and he told you never lose your value, never lose your value. So I've been lately through growing through what I've been going through, especially in my personal life, personal relationship with my woman, with my family, and things like that. Me growing through certain things, business relationships and stuff like that. I'm starting to understand and see my value and cling to my value through through me having a tighter grip on my identity through Jesus. And I know that sounds cliche, but it's not. You have to know who you are. You know what I mean?
That's real.
And your identity, it comes from a real place. Yeah, it comes from your mother and your father, your name and your all them. That's great. But mine come from Jesus, bro. Like what he did for me, who I am, what he says about me. And so when it comes to me knowing how to pivot, the things I've been going through lately, the things that I've been seeing stuff lately, I know now I'm going to pivot based upon, I know how to pivot now. You know how to pivot once you stop believing a lie. Straight up. Once you stop believing a lie, you will pivot. Like once you see a person says this, but the actions do different, oh, you're lying to me. Oh, okay. Oh, you a liar. Oh, okay. So let me switch this. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because once you stop believing a lie, then you stop trying to write out the narrative. And you let God write the narrative. And you let God maneuver you. That's when you pivot. That's when the pivot starts. So, so you're talking this way, but on the inside, you don't feel that way.
Yeah.
But when you talk to me, I can see how you feel based upon the words that you say. Oh, you are lying. Oh, so, but you're going to act like I don't know where you at. Bro, okay, so I'm going to let you act like I don't know where you at. I'm going to cling on to God. And then over here, oh, this person, oh, they act different. Their actions and their words align. And as a matter of fact, their actions and their words align with what I believe and what I stand on. Okay. So I'm going to just let it play out and let God do it. So when he released me, my ship going to sail over here and you looking crazy. Bye-bye.
Bro.
So once you stop believing the lie, then you stop trying to do everything yourself. No, I don't believe that. That's a lie. So therefore, I'm going to wait till I'm released and let God do what he does, and then I'm turning deuces on you. Because I don't believe what you got going on. I don't believe I'm not going to become nothing. I don't. So guess what? When the opportunity comes and I see that posting, I'm going to apply for it. Because I believe I'm going to be something. I'm not going to believe I'm not going to be nothing. So for me personally, and I think a lot of people have to stop believing a lie. Look, don't believe her, bro. Like she lying to you. Like, look, boo boo, he lying to you. Like he lying to you. You keep going back, he's still lying.
Yeah, Yogi. They lied to
You keep
you.
going back, he's still lying. Still lying to you.
No rubs.
So
Bars.
but once you don't believe the lie no more, then you let go of you trying to drive it how you want to drive it. And you let go of it. And you let God do the steering. Because when he steers, he coasts you how you need to be coasted.
Right.
So once me, in this season I'm in right now, I'm gonna let you think that I don't know where you at. You can keep thinking that way. You keep on thinking that way. When you blink and that be going, it's gonna be on you. The shift happened just like that. Like the pivot happened just like that. The pivot happened. It's happening right in front of your face. You don't even see it.
Yeah, and it's funny you say that because one of the things which is very important. It says market shifts is knowing when it says knowing your industry, basically knowing your industry, your area enough to know that when the market shifts that you shift with it.
Yeah.
That's good. It's funny you said that.
Yeah. It's happening right in front of your face.
Yeah.
So you can stay how you can think you. Okay, I see you.
Yeah.
Bruh.
Deuces.
Bruh, I can't. I'm flabbergasted right now. I'm gonna tell you why. Bruh, I thank y'all so much because y'all were my clam. You was like the top part of the clam. You was like the bottom. I was the pearl. Y'all made sure I stayed in the process. Because there were things that y'all was speaking in a way prophetically, because everything started panning out as I was leaving my first job. And I went back to visit, everybody. And it was just like, wow. What would I have become if I didn't pivot? Bro, it just like stuff just started. I just started picking stuff up in the atmosphere, bro. It was crazy. Like, we're happy to see each other, but I can feel the tension in the room. And I can feel the unhappiness and the consistent of just going, just moving with the flow, just there, not even present, but just there. And I was like, dang, what would I have become? And then when you said the irritation of the pearl, that hit so hard for me. Because it's just like the process that I had to endure. It was 7 years, which was completion. And I was on the tail end of that thing when y'all, you seen how it really affected me.
Yeah, for sure.
Right.
So that was the irritation along with the pressure.
Right.
Because I was tempted to do something prematurely before God even suggested for me to move.
That's why you gotta be released. That's why I just said that.
And y'all kept saying stuff. Bro, y'all kept saying, I'm talking about specific words.
Yeah.
Hitting my spirit, and it kept resetting me. And it's like love. It's a choice. You choose it every day. If that's something you really desire and you want, you choose it every day. So I chose every day to reset with the help of my brothers.
Right.
Because I seen the greater picture far down the road.
Right.
As crazy as irritated and agitated and pissed off I am, I got to stay in this clam. And y'all made sure I stayed and endured the entire process. I appreciate y'all for that. The B2S podcast is brought to you by No Grind, No Glory Apparel, R828 edition. It's a reminder to stay strong, to be courageous, to starve your fears, and to feed your faith. Even when it feels like everything is falling apart, just know that you were born to stand out and make an impact. Head over exclusively to www.nogrindnoglory.net and grab you some merch as a daily reminder that all things work together.
Yeah, because being released prematurely disrupts everything.
And the work that you've done up to
everything. Everything that you've done up to that, to leading to that point, it's almost like, it's almost, you know how you see it frustrated on the video game? It's like, boy, you got to the last level, and you trying to beat the game, and you just can't get past that one spot. Boy, you mad at the game, you mad at the controller, boy, you mad at everybody in the room.
Well, you throw everything.
You like, forget it. And you right there, and it just disrupts everything, man. Because even I'm just thinking about listening to that, just like even how I came, upon the, Apostle Marshall, and how it was I wasn't irritated, but it was just I was feeling the pivot.
Yeah,
it was I wasn't looking for nothing, but it was like, okay, but because of it's so important to understand your surroundings. So because I understood the severity of the situation,
Yeah.
So I had to calculate the cost.
Mm-hmm.
I had to be aware of certain things away so that I can ask the right questions.
Yeah.
So as I'm preparing for my family to make the shift along with me, because they trust me enough that if my baby say we doing this, or if daddy say we doing this, like he's proving himself.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? Are you in a position to where you can be followed, to where people can trust your decision making because you've already been proven?
Mm-hmm.
You got to ask yourself that. We 3 months in, man. You got to ask yourself, like, what transformations have you made as an individual, as a family? Things that you're looking towards, like my family trusts me because they know Daddy has their best interest at heart.
Oh man, the track record.
The track record, bro. They can look back on the track record. Well, Dad, how did you? Well, baby, let me pull the layers back a little bit. Let me show you the reason Daddy made this right here, because this is what happened. Now, there's certain things that Daddy tell you, but there's certain things that Daddy don't tell you, because there's certain things that you don't need to know.
Mm-hmm.
But if it's something that you need to know at a given moment, guess what? God is gonna allow me to share that with you. You know what I'm saying? So and then it was okay, but it's walking them. You can't go on a journey and not take them with you.
And that's the biggest key, because your track record proven to involve them in every step
In
of
the
the
process.
Mm-hmm.
Even here's the crazy thing, involving them in the uninvolvement.
That's
Letting
huge.
you know that you're on a need to know basis.
That's huge.
You know what I'm saying? Because it takes it when you have been in a position of trust. It takes the pressure off, because I trust you that I don't need to know right now. Abraham, me and the lad is going up to the mountain to worship. Get this now. He was going up to sacrifice his son. But the scripture says he told them that me and the lad is going up to worship. And we will return. We'll be back. In other words.
God, involvement
Trust.
Yeah.
The promised seed, the son, trusted his daddy to put him up on the altar. Can you imagine? Come on, man. Abraham putting his son on the altar. Altar ain't fighting. Like, what, daddy? What going on? What you doing? And then Bible didn't say none of that stuff.
Nope.
But there was a ram in the bush. You know what I'm saying? The trust factor was there. So even in your pivot, trust is going to play a huge part. Just like I had put, like I was just sharing with them, I put the video up. You know, I'm big on, my thing is transformation and change. Nothing great happens without transformation and change. Transformation is the process of change. Change is a result of the process. You got to let both of them have its perfect work. But transformation requires two things from us. It requires truth, the honesty to have the ability to assess honestly where I am in the moment. And it also requires trust. Can I trust the process long enough that it's going to make me a better person than who I am right now in the moment? Truth and trust is required for transformation.
For real.
You know what I'm saying? So it's a lot involved. You're talking about the pivot. You're talking about understanding, environment. You talk even being aware when you burnout is an indicator of pivot. Maybe overwhelmed with some. They got to pull back. That's another layer. You know what I'm saying? So I see bro brought up the laptop, but I think, boy, we done stirred up the hornet's nest. So
for real, it's flying everywhere.
Because the trust is a big thing. So like I say, trust is a form of intimacy.
It is. Yeah. That's your vein.
That's your vein right there.
Trust is a form of intimacy, bro. Like the first, like I said, when somebody size you, what's the first thing you say? I don't trust them.
Yeah.
That means that somewhere something that happened to where y'all intimacy has been severed off.
It's been
bro.
tainted.
So check this out. Genesis chapter 21. Verse 23. This is what King Abimelech.
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 That's what you could be right. Everybody, you pronounce it how you.
There you go,
pronounce it,
King
dog.
Abimelech, right? So he's talking to Abraham basically
Facts.
after Abraham then bamboozled him. So he bamboozled him in chapter 20, but
Is that the one where he told Sarah was his sister, not his wife?
yeah.
Okay.
And so it's after this though. So he's talking to Abraham again. Now this is when Abraham and Sarah, he told him he was his sister, and they're in the land and stuff like that. So 23 goes, now therefore swear unto me here by God that thou wilt not deal falsely with me, nor with my son, nor with my son's son, but according to the kindness that I have done unto thee, thou shalt do unto me, and to the land wherein thou hast sojourned. That's what Abimelech said to Abraham. AKA, if we can reel it in, now y'all can't be acting funny when somebody be approaching y'all like, look, are you being for real or not?
Exactly.
Because you've been moving shaky. Everything that you have done up to this, but if I ask you a question, I need the truth because you've been lying.
Yep.
You've been moving shaky. I can't get close to you because you'll run off. You are a person who will desert somebody.
In a heartbeat.
So you can't be
I go up in the corner.
You can't be in the tight when people be like, bro, keep it real with me. If you don't, then don't deal with me. I know guys like that. We kind of like it, bro. You gonna deal with me? We had a discussion. We're in our friendship. We gonna be brothers. We gonna be brothers. Not saying we not gonna mess up, but certain stuff that we ain't just going for.
Yeah. We ain't tolerating.
We ain't tolerating certain things.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So for people, if you're around here doing untrustworthy stuff, then you can't be blowed when people be like, look, man, what you got going on?
And
Straight
they
up.
have every right to know.
They have every right to know. My man said, now therefore swear unto me here by God that thou wilt not deal falsely with me. That means you done lied to me before. You done bamboozled me before. I need to know that this ain't going on no more.
What's the real?
That right there is a pivot moment. Either you're going to be 100% real with me or I need you out of my presence.
Yeah.
Therefore, I'm not. That's why I say once you stop believing, bro, I did. Oh, you lying? Oh, okay. I see where you at. Oh, but I'm gonna let you lie to yourself. You can lie to yourself all day, and dress it up and make it look good. You can do that. I'm gonna stand over here and protect myself, guard my heart, and while you lying to yourself, I'm gonna slide to the left. Crisscross. You know
Get back one time. Get back 2 times.
Get back 2 times. Yeah, I'm out of here. I'm gonna wave at you while I'm sliding off on you. You know what I'm saying? Pivot.
Oh man,
For real.
good.
That's really
That was
good.
good. That was good, man. I'm gonna read this real good. It says, in life, a pivot signifies a significant and often unexpected change in direction or approach, often triggered by new information or circumstances leading to a new path or strategy. I like that. That was dope.
Facts.
Yeah, I like that.
And that's why it's just heavy, bro. Once you stop
It is.
believing a lie, you try to make something out of what it is. It's not it. Don't do that because now you're forcing something. You ever seen somebody with a screwdriver trying to force it? Now you stripping the screw, the wood is bust up on the side because you trying to force something that ain't supposed to be there. But when you let go of it and let God drive it,
Bro.
you mess around and drive somewhere where you're supposed to be, you're gonna have a jacked up trajectory. God take it over like, you know what? I'm gonna put you over here because I foresee it's gonna be better for you over here. You don't see it. You don't see it, and it's uncomfortable because your heart was over there. You wanted to go here. You wanted to go to this school. You wanted this job. You wanted this position. But I see what you don't see.
Facts.
So soften your heart so I can maneuver and release you to help you make the what is it called?
The best decision or pivot?
The pivot.
Pivot.
Sometimes people don't pivot because they don't know how to.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
That's it.
Right.
They don't know where to start.
Right.
They so locked in on what they want.
Right.
Their emotions are. I'm gonna tell you something about that. The more you start dying, the more you like, okay, God, do what you do. Cause me being alive and my feelings all the time ain't getting me nowhere. I'm getting lied to. I'm getting cheated on. I'm getting left. I'm getting bamboozled.
Bamboozled.
Because I want something that's not good for me.
Right.
So let me start dying to myself more. Pick up my cross so I can see what you see. It's a song. It goes open your eyes.
Open the eyes of my heart.
Yes.
Yeah, open the eyes.
I want to see you,
of my
Lord.
heart.
Open the eyes of my heart. Because right now they got shades on. I don't see it. I don't see what my heart see is looking fuzzy. I need clarity. So help me let go so you can take over, so you can maneuver me in the right path. Because I'm so locked in, I can't pivot right now. My heart is so heavy, I can't pivot right now. Some people got strongholds. My stronghold is holding me down so hard, I can't pivot right now. My habit is so big, I can't pivot right now. I need help, Lord. Help me pivot. Because I can't do it on my own.
Right.
Bruh, the crazy part is because of the previous trajectory of one that pivoted on you, you don't follow the one that actually can properly show you how to pivot. Because there is another form of pivoting when somebody just dip on you, go ghost, and they gone. And so now now their trajectory is so messed up, they can't even trust the one that they ain't did nothing to them. But because of what happened over here, now it's applied here. And I'm the type of person, until you proving me otherwise, I got to give you 100% at the end of the day. And then until that either start depleting or it started adding more value to it, and you don't even have to move like that. That's the crazy part. You don't have to live like that. It's like a sense, a certain part of a bondage in a sense, because you like staying in that place because you don't care who you treat to do the same thing that you want to receive from the person that can actually show you how to pivot.
I'm still trying to figure out why people are guarding strongholds. Why are you guarding that?
That's a good question.
They acting like, bro, they gotta beware of the dog sign in front of the stronghold fence. Why? You are literally rejecting you. Why are you guarding your stronghold and clinging on to it?
Hey, bro, I don't need you to change this right now.
I think that goes back to what we talk about: lack of trust and then fear.
Okay. Yeah.
You know, fear not knowing what the outcome is going to be.
Gotcha.
If I put because being released like that to be free, it requires what you always talk about. It requires intimacy. It would require me to allow you see me in a light that you've never seen me before. It requires me to submit myself to a situation that I don't want to submit myself to. It requires me to lower myself to a state that I'm gonna have to go as a seed in the ground into a pit of darkness in order to just peek my head up and grow. It requires a lot from me that I'm not willing to give up. And so most people, if they're comfortable with hanging on to that because they know this right here. They know I'm struggling with this. I know this. But I don't know if I let this out that I'm going to be free from it, which is a lack of trust and fear. Because I know I got this problem. I'm comfortable. I know this is a problem. You don't know it's a problem, but I know it's a problem. But if I say something, now you know it's a problem. Now you may look at me different. I may not come out on the other side that I thought it was. So you know what I'm saying? So to me, that's then it's just my perspective of it. It's just a lack of it's fear. It's fear and trust, lack of trust issues and fear. Because I'm bound by this, but I don't want to be looked at a certain way. And then a lot of times people don't want to release themselves to be free. They don't.
Yeah.
They just don't. People, man, we're in a right now the whole nation is in a pivot, especially the United States of America is in a pivot.
Yeah.
You're going to have a strategy, a new strategy, and a new set of instructions to govern yourselves by. If not, you're going to get ate up by the wolves.
For real.
It's just facts that we are in such a pivot right now. You got to be you got to be an ostrich with your head in the sand and not realize that right now. You know, and I guess for me, it doesn't scare me because I've been in the pivot for so long. It's just normal for me.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So, in all reality, it's just for me to tap into my confidence, so to speak.
For sure.
Yep.
And help others perceive their situation the way God allowed me to perceive mine.
Mm.
It's the you don't look down upon somebody unless you bend it down and lend a hand
Then
and
help
lift
the
them
hand.
up. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's like as you're climbing, then you climb down to pull back up. Then you climb a little bit more because everybody's going from different levels at different times. But those are the moments that you're able to use those and pull back. Hey man, this is how I was able to manage this situation. This is how I was able to get up out of this situation. Now I know it may not be exactly like yours, but guess what? Tenacity comes by the same thing. You got to be able to get over something, get through something, live something. That's how it's gonna happen. It don't matter how it come, when it come, or where it come from. It's gonna come.
Yep.
You can't build tenacity without it coming. So hey, here's a blueprint. You might want to change. Hey man, I don't want a 4-3. I want a 3-2. But I like the layout, so I'm gonna change this, change that. Boom. You know what I'm saying? When Pop built the house, Pop had a blueprint, but he was able to change some stuff because it wasn't a model home.
Yep.
I want y'all to catch that. It wasn't a model home. Your blueprint, your family, your job, your career. It's not a model home. It's your blueprint. You can change it how you want it.
Yeah.
No, I don't want that pool right there. I want it back here. Oh no, I don't want a pool at all. I don't like my career. I don't like my job. Well, do something about it.
Yo, I don't. You ain't gotta. I don't like that.
Yeah.
My parents, they don't get along.
Yeah.
Well, you ain't gotta have that.
You got to do something about it.
Do something about it.
Like we talked about when our cousin said, don't say I'm broke, say I'm in between blessings. It's you can never train yourself to think different if you don't train yourself to think different. If you keep continuing to say, well, I can't do that, then you'll never train yourself. You know what I'm saying? So if you like Henry Ford, the founder of Ford Motor said it right. If you believe you can, you can. If you believe you can't, you can't. Either way, you're right. If you think you can, you can. If you can't, you can't. You have the power to believe or not to believe. Because that's where it starts.
You ain't lying about that, bro.
Stop believing that lie.
Right.
Yeah.
That's what I want,
Right.
bro. Once I stop believing the lie, okay, I see. Oh, okay. I'm gonna let you keep believing it though.
Right.
You can act like I don't know all you want. That's cool. That's cool with me. It's cool with you.
And nothing won't change unless you see the value and the significance of the pivot.
Yeah.
Yeah, bro. We in such a major pivot right now as a nation. It's crazy. It's crazy. Even I've been looking at some stuff from one of the guys that I follow that's a well-known speaker, and he was putting some tips out there because even the speaking industry we're in a major pivot. Those like myself that are in the education market in a major pivot because of all the funding and stuff that's being cut. Don't nobody know what's going on. You know what I'm saying? So
That's
it's like,
crazy.
okay, well, how are you going to position yourself to still be in need with all this shifting and pivoting going on? I was like, man, this is some dope stuff. So I took some mental notes, all that stuff. You know what I'm saying? So the nation is in the shift, man. Nobody's safe. It's been that way, but it's like we are operating like we were safe all these years, and then when calamity happens, we panic. We never prepare. Being like the five were wise and the five were foolish. We only prepare for the moment and not for the longevity of the situation.
Yeah.
Everything is shifting besides for the word of God.
Bro.
That's the only, and that's what
Stays the same.
that's the
That was
only
saying.
thing that don't change. His principles, his values, what he stand on, what he needs from us, his promises, it don't change.
Nope. Doesn't wait.
That's the only thing not shifting.
Bro, what you believe matters.
Mm-hmm.
What you believe matters. I don't care if you don't believe how we believe. We ain't here to convince you. This is here to shed light on some ways to help you through your pivot tonight.
For real.
That's it.
So the real question is, where are you willing to build your house upon? Is it going to be on the sand or is it going to be on the rock?
Is it gonna be on the truth or is it gonna be on the lie?
You gotta let go of that lie.
Got to.
I'm telling you, once you stop believing the lie, and sometimes it take a while for lies to come to the surface.
Mm-hmm.
Lies look good. I'm telling you, they look real good.
Lies are decorated.
But when it comes to the surface, like, oh, okay. Oh, you was cap.
And
Big
stop
cap.
allowing people to tell you who you are not.
Yes.
For real.
Not who they say you are. You are who our Father says you are. That's what you have to understand. It may not be where you want to be right now, but at the end of the day, it starts with your belief system. Your pivot starts in your mind, not in the activity that you do.
You are a masterpiece.
Exactly.
The activity that you do is a byproduct of what you put in your mind.
I tell you, boy.
You know what I'm saying?
And that's oh, man, that's important.
Yeah.
That is
I can't do what I don't believe. You can't do it. That's why people hate on Dion so much, man. That man belief system is through the roof.
Trying to tell
That's why I say people be lying. Oh, you do? Because what you doing is not adding on what you say.
you know what?
You lying. You lying. Stop lying. That's why I don't believe you.
Look, I'm gonna let you stay over there with that.
I don't believe you. You lie. Why you lying? Why you lying? Let's talk about it. Why you lying? Because what you doing is not what you talking about. You saying. You stop lying, man.
Shannon Sharp had me laughing. He said when he was talking about the other quarterback. Hey, he ain't prime. I gave him a compliment. I gave him a compliment. I say he did what he did. You know what I'm saying? But he ain't prime. Yeah, I mean laughing, bro.
Listen, man, Prime,
Lakers in 5.
man, Prime and Bo Jackson
Bro,
boy,
tell you.
those are one in a lifetime athletes. Travis Hunter is a one in a lifetime athlete.
Mm-hmm.
And listen to this: you are a once in a lifetime individual.
Yep.
Facts.
I was at youth and I told the boys, I said, all y'all push your hand in the middle. They all put their hands in the middle. And then I said, each one of y'all look to the man's hand to the left of you looking. I said, look at your own hand. He looking at their hand. I say, it's gonna be harder for you to try to be like him.
Yep.
It's easier to be yourself. Do you know how hard it is to have his fingerprints, his DNA, his eyelashes, his blood type? You're gonna kill yourself trying to be like him.
It's impossible. Can't happen.
It's easier to be yourself.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Real talk,
Yeah.
man.
Amen.
For real.
Let the preacher say.
Amen.
All right. Where the offering bucket?
I'm gonna go get
Don't
it.
say that.
Oh Lord.
I'm gonna go
Here you go.
get
Talk about offering.
I'm gonna go
That's the
get
whole of the podcast.
That was a church
This was another
announcement.
live one, man. I always enjoy these. I mean,
Bruh.
some nights will be tired, but boy, we get in here, we get it in.
For real.
Yeah.
It's needed, man. Because it helps us stay sharp and it helps us to stay pivoting. You know what I mean? Not to get too comfortable in a certain state, not having a certain state of mind, you know, fixed mindset. You know what I'm saying? Like,
You know what I mean, bro?
so it really helps, man. It really helps a lot.
Yep, man. That's what's up, man. So, hey, once again, Blueprint Nation, man. We love y'all, man. We just want to only see the best from everybody, man. Of everybody, you know. Just go out there and impact lives, impact your lives, impact your family's lives, and just walk in purpose, man. Anything outside of that is irrelevant, you know. So, Y'all know how we like to end this, man. We gonna get out y'all hair. And once again, if you haven't, go check out last week's episode, Growth Mindset versus Fixed Mindset. I think it kind of chimes into where we went tonight a little bit. Some great stuff, some great content, man. So once again, Blueprint Nation, we appreciate y'all. We gonna get up out of here, but y'all know how we like to do. Shoot for the top, because the bottom is way too crowded. And if you think different and be different, you'll have the opportunity to live different. And once again, we'll see you on the other side of success. We'll see y'all next week. Peace.